Welcome to the Weekly Quacker podcast. I'm Duck Ninja 10.
And I am Mondraba Duck.
That was a smooth introduction.
I think I said my name really
I'm being sarcastic.
Mondraba Duck. Sounds
It was like a big old gap in between I'm Duck Ninja 10 and your Mondraba Duck. I was watching the audacity. So, slow week? Or what would you say?
Slow week.
Slow week or non-slow week?
Slow week for news.
Or sloppy podcasters, because I'd say sloppy podcasters.
Why? What about this podcasters? Or do you refer to us?
I'll be honest. I didn't do any research. Let's just be total. Let's put it all my cards on the table. I did no research.
Well, then.
In fact, I don't even think I thought we were doing a podcast. I thought we were playing Battlefront. I was just outright confused.
I think the best podcast we've done so far is where we just brabble about something, just talk about, I don't know, our lives or some experience we had, and not particularly about news and stuff. They tend to get very discussion-like and cold.
The one thing I hope we do in our podcast is discuss stuff, so I hope they're discussion-like. So, slow week, then. What have you been doing in your week, Nils?
What have I been doing? Well,
day in the life.
Studying. I had 2 tests. I think I passed all 2 of them. No, I think I failed one of them, but it's okay. I don't have to take my A-levels in this class. But I still need to pass this class, but it should be alright. Oh yeah.
Okay.
But me and my classmates, we are planning this trip for when we're done with school. Like the whole class goes somewhere for graduation, and we've chosen Spain for our trip, right? And initially I was not included because I said I'm going to fly to America because I want to see America. Then
because you're too cool for that trip.
I am, definitely am. So about 2 weeks ago,
I understand.
2 weeks ago, I decided not to fly to America since I am not 21, and it's a lot of money that I would be leaving behind, and it's just everything said stay in Europe for the next couple of years until you're 21, right? So I said, alright, you know what, I'm in on Spain. And the original plan for Spain was we'll get a villa. I don't know if villa is the correct English term because people...
Yeah, I've stayed in a villa when I've gone to Spain.
Perfect.
It's the correct term.
Perfect. So, just a big thinker, a villa.
Yeah.
And we had 2 offers. One of the offer, the agents just didn't respond. So we dropped that offer and we got the other one.
Okay, so he was just rude?
Yes. On Sunday, the one who's organizing this stuff was our class speaker. And he said, well, tomorrow, so on Monday, I'm gonna seal the deal with our agent and, you know, everyone will be with us. We will be staying in a hotel in Mallorca. And we're like, hold on a second.
Okay.
A hotel? We were promised a villa. And then the discussion began, right? So everybody was like, well, we didn't say shit. No, okay, come on, let's talk about this again, right? And since I joined the group the latest, at last. Well, I was the last one to join.
You haven't got much of a say.
Yeah. I team speak with a couple of my classmates, and they were all like, "Oh, well, I would rather stay in a villa than a hotel." And I said, "All right, you know what?
Makes sense."
Tomorrow I will speak to him, and obviously he's pissed because he has been organizing that stuff for a while now, and now at the last day everybody's complaining. So I completely understand that he was pissed and stuff. And I said, "Well, you know what? I can talk to him on Monday, and we will discuss. We will figure something out, right?" So fast forward 24 hours, not 24 hours, 12 hours or something, in school, we are discussing this stuff, and he's giving us the details, and I'm starting to argue with him, like, some of us want to stay in a villa, and it is a KO criteria if we're in a villa, and some of us just don't want to go if we're staying in a hotel, and 20 minutes into this discussion, I'm like, could a few people raise their hands who would prefer staying in a villa than in a hotel?
Everyone.
No one raised their hands.
Oh, serious?
No one, not a single
what about the
person.
turncoat?
Yes. So I was like, I started this fight, so I I'm finishing it. You know what? So I argued.
Yes.
I argued and argued. I'm like, oh yeah, give me some time and I will find a villa that suits our needs and stuff, and seal a deal with another agent.
You proved them wrong, didn't you? You found one.
Hold on. And I still argued with him. So 40 minutes into this discussion, I was still arguing with this very pissed off class spokesperson. And I'm like, this was the fourth time I'm asking my classmates, like, could a few people raise their hands who would want to stay in a villa with me and the other ones? Fucking no one raised their hands again. I'm like, bitches,
Classic.
they turned on me. All of them turned on me, right? So after the lesson ends, I go to some of them who I know wanted to stay in a villa because I talked to them not even 24 hours ago on TeamSpeak. I'm like, alright, you know what? I'm gonna look for a villa anyways. So is the budget still the same? Shall I look for this and this kind of accommodation? And they're like, you know what, Nils? Well, actually, you don't have to look for a villa. It's not necessary anymore. And like,
Still there, Nils?
motherfuckers. Couldn't you have told me that an hour before? Before I made a fool out of myself. Arguing with the glass spokesperson. Jesus Christ. So needless to say, I did not look for a villa. I will be staying in a hotel in Mallorca for a week, and I think it's not ideal because it's my graduation trip. You know what? I don't want to stay in a hotel for a week. Hotels have nothing. Have nothing. It's just boring. You know what? How awesome a villa would have been? Very awesome. Very awesome. But I guess it is how it is, right? I think I lost George. I can't hear anything. Did I get a message? I did not get a message. Oh, come on. Do I have to? Oh, my controller turned off. Oh, how convenient. Alright, that's going to be a lot of editing. I'm just gonna repeat his name until he responds. George? There you go.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, my controller decided to turn itself off.
Don't worry, I sang the theme from... I hummed the theme from Heartbeat.
Okay, that means that I will cut to me in this section.
Yeah.
Did you get the end of my story?
Where were you? You were saying something about... Yeah, so they all turned... They all, again, didn't raise their hands. So you went insane and you killed one of them.
I killed not one of them, but 20 of them.
Oh, nice.
And, you know, couple of
carry on.
I threw a couple of them out of the window. I threw some of them in front of the bus.
So this was like Machete.
Yeah.
Like what? You seen Machete?
Yeah,
the
but without
scene of Machete.
Yeah, but without any sharp weapons. I just used dull weapons because it's more satisfying.
You should be in a Rob Zombie film.
No. Weren't you very disappointed in 32?
Worst, biggest disappointment in the world. Oh, Rob Zombie, why? Why'd you do it to me?
Oh, you were so excited for the movie, man. You were so excited.
I know. Do you know what I'm getting concerned at now as well? I'm starting to worry that Rogue One's going to be bad.
Oh, why?
It's scaring me.
Why?
Because I get this I've got this feeling in my gut that I think it could be bad, and it's scaring me. They can't do this.
Well,
I was too young to remember the disappointment of the prequels. I was too young.
The first Star Wars I have ever seen was the third one. Like Star Wars Episode 3. Yeah.
Oh, for me it's not that bad.
For me, it's still one of the, if not the best Star Wars.
The best Star Wars.
4, 5, and 6 are boring. More or less boring.
No way. You say the originals are worse than the third one. 1 is
terrible. 2 is... ugh. 3 is actually quite alright.
Here's my ranking. It goes Empire, Return, New Hope, Revenge of the Sith, and then Attack of the well, no, not Revenge. It goes Force Awakens before Revenge of the Sith. I've got to put that in there now.
Oh yeah.
Then it goes.
Completely forgot about that one.
Attack of the Clones. Then Phantom Menace is the worst. Maybe put Attack of the Clones behind Phantom Menace, because at least Phantom Menace had Darth Maul. Attack of the Clones did not have much going for it. Not a lot.
I think Attack of the Clones is actually the Star Wars movie I have seen the least. I've seen all of them
I don't like
a
sand.
couple of times, but
Coarse, and it's
I
rough.
think...
It gets everywhere.
Oh, my nose is just... Sorry about that. But yeah, Force Awakens, I completely forgot about Force Awakens. But Rogue One is not directed by JJ, right? It's some other guy.
It's Gareth Edwards. Godzilla, Monsters, other films that I can't remember right now. Yeah. He's a good director. I like him. He's not as good as JJ.
Do you think that this movie will be funny again?
I'm hoping it's not too funny. Because I know... just making an assumption now.
Yeah?
I can't see how anyone survives at the end of this film. I mean, I've seen A New Hope.
We know how it ends.
I can't see any good outcome. So it's like,
kind of know how it
that's
ends
why I'm saying
already,
I'm just
so.
making an assumption. I don't like disappointing you with films because I know you hate it. But I'm just saying, just making an assumption. Okay? Just saying. So I hope it's not too funny. I'm looking forward. The most exciting part of this film, I think, is to see Ben Mendelsohn as Orson Krennic, the bad guy, and then I'm looking forward to see Donnie Yen because he looks awesome in the trailer. So those are my bits that I'm excited for. Well, what are you excited for, Nils?
I have no expectations to the movie whatsoever. I will go into this movie and I think enjoy it because how bad can it be? It got approved by
Nils,
George
why don't you
Lucas.
just go spit in Gareth Edwards' face?
Why?
Just go over to Gareth Edwards, spit in his face, be like, I don't think your movie's gonna be any good. I'm worried his movie's gonna be bad. I think it'll probably be good. I'm worried. There's a difference, Nils.
I said that it's probably doing alright, so I'm not going to spit in anyone's face there, mister.
Okay, fine. But, okay, terrible segue, by the way, because we just started talking about Star Wars films.
Well, why is
Rogue
this
One DLC.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, you played it?
Yes.
Didn't you?
I
We're
played.
going to get back to your story. I've segued so far, we need to come back round full circle, okay?
Which story?
That's the deal.
I actually have a
I
story.
don't know, you were telling a story about going away.
I finished the story while you were gone. So you missed it.
Okay, then I really enjoyed it. It was really good.
I actually have a story to
I was gonna make
to the Star Wars movie.
Gonna make a joke. Okay, go for your story about the Star Wars movie. Tell me everything because you know
I think
clearly that other story's gone.
I think I have already told you. I've told it to you, but it's I haven't told the audience. So on the 14th of December, that is next week, Wednesday, the film premieres here in Austria, and I decided to go to the midnight premiere, as I did last year for Force Awakens. I even got a costume, a Jedi costume, and I will wear it again because this shit thing cost me 120 bucks, so I'm going to wear that damn
Neil,
thing.
so you're gonna blackface and go as Mace Windu?
No, I'm not going to.
Could you imagine that?
I don't want.
No,
I don't
you will
want
get
to
some
be
hate
stopped by
for
the
that.
police or shut down or something. What? Damn. That was a.
What do you say?
Nothing. That was a bad racial joke. Racist joke.
What?
What? I said nothing.
Okay.
I said nothing. So, and I know that
Al Jolson and the jazz singer.
and I know that my classmates want to see the movie as well because last year we were 14 people seeing this movie, and I'm like, hey yo, who of you guys want to see the new Star Wars movie? And about 10 people raised their hands, right? I'm like, all right. In 3 days the cards are going on sale, and I will buy them in 3 days. I'm gonna ask you in 3 days before I buy them, so I can make sure. I said, all right. So on Monday, last week Monday, not this week Monday, okay, so 2 weeks ago when this podcast airs, I'm like, all right, I'm going to buy the tickets now. Who wants to go? And people raised their hands, like again 10 or 9 people raised their hands, and then I bought the tickets. 2 hours later, someone posted in the class group like, oh shit, the next day we have a test in the first lesson. I'm like, yeah, that's correct. Well, then I can go and see this movie. Everybody said he does not want to see the movie anymore because he wants to study for the test.
Ah,
Fuck
what
you!
a bunch of
Who starts learning for a test the day before at midnight? At midnight.
Okay. Whoa, Nils, don't judge them for that. I did that every time with one of my exams.
And how did that go? How did that end up?
Not well.
Yeah,
I didn't pass.
There you go. There you go.
However,
then don't let me buy the tickets first.
I never learn from my mistakes, and I pride myself on not learning from my mistakes. So I shall always do that.
But then
always.
The tickets were already bought. I've already spent the money.
Yeah, why didn't? Can I ask? Why didn't they buy their own tickets? Why are they such cheapskates?
Well, because I am the only one who has an account for our Cineplex side. And usually,
how many tickets do you have?
How
many tickets do you have left?
I think one that I have to distribute.
What's the Christmas shopping like in Austria this time of year?
What is that for? Bad segue.
Well, no, I'm saying if I can find a ticket, I'll go see Star Wars in Austria, as long as it's not dubbed. I think you said it wasn't dubbed last time.
No, it's in English. It's in English without subtitles.
Okay, gonna have to do some research. I don't speak German.
What? What are you planning on? What?
Who knows? A trip around the world.
Nice.
In 80 days with Jackie Chan. So anyway, you've played the Rogue One DLC.
I have. Wow, you're really quick on segues again. Cool down.
I know. I'm just going insane.
Yeah. Why? Why?
I don't know. I absolutely. I'm warm in my room. I'm panicked. I think there's a dog outside my door. So yeah. Anyway, all these people scammed you out of tickets.
Yes. Already bought the tickets.
What are you doing now?
Well, I found people to go with. I think I have one ticket left. I'm not sure. One even paid. The kid has already paid the ticket. So, yeah.
Okay.
Well, not everything is lost, but most of it. That sucks. Learned my lesson. I am not going to buy tickets for them anymore because that has been the second time.
Never buy people tickets. What's with the buying people tickets? Why are you so generous?
I am the only one who goes in the cinema in this godforsaken country. I am the only one in my class that goes to the cinema, and so every time I say, hey, you want to go to the cinema, they assume that I'm going to deal with the tickets and do everything, because I normally do, because I am the only one who does go to the cinema in this classroom.
Interesting question. Do you know when you're in the cinema, do you get butter dispensers in your cinema?
Butter dispensers? What the fuck are butter dispensers?
Squirty butter to go over your popcorn?
Oh, gee. What?
Do you? Hot butter?
No.
You put butter on your popcorn?
Oh my.
Yeah, we don't either. I really want one though. No, you do it in America, and I really want to put butter on my popcorn.
That sounds disgusting to say the least.
This is a test as a human for you.
Alright.
What flavor popcorn do you have?
I mix it.
Oh, what? That's disgusting. No, that just confuses me.
It makes sense.
Ah,
I always say say mix it, and then they ask me,
sweet and salty.
Should I shuffle it, or do you want to have one half is salty, the other one?
You are a monster.
Let me finish. And then they say, yeah, do you want to shuffle it, or one half is sweet, one half is salty? I said, shuffle it, because I know that I will get tired of sweet popcorn after a while. And every time I hit that point where I say, oh, I cannot take sweet popcorn anymore, salty popcorn comes along. And at the point where I say, my mouth is all dried up from salty popcorn, there you go. The sweet layer begins. And that cycle goes on for 4 times or something. And now I have a perfect popcorn experience.
You are a monster. Who doesn't? I get sweet popcorn, sir, and I will never
cannot eat a
popcorn.
bucket full of sweet popcorn. That is too much. I always get the bucket.
I always get popcorn stuck in my teeth, and then I'm like, for the entire film, I've got, like, I'm just trying to rip it out my tooth. Do you get that?
No, because I eat popcorn like a normal human being. I'm sorry.
Oh, thanks for that.
No,
maybe I've just got bad teeth. Maybe I'm just gonna go and cry myself to sleep.
Because you're an English person.
Oh, thanks for that. Thank you very much.
Alright.
Well, Austrians have something bad, I'm telling you.
Okay.
What have you got? What do you think about this?
I'm sorry.
No, I can't go anywhere. I'm not going anywhere with this.
No, I do not get popcorn stuck in my teeth and try to get it out.
What about...
Hmm?
I think at this point, without my insaneness of coming straight out of the gate, we can actually segue in to... Because we still haven't stopped talking about Star Wars, technically.
No.
The Rogue One DLC. You've played the Rogue One DLC?
I have. I have played.
I just had a go on it. What did you think? Overall impressions?
The new mode is sweet. I really like the new mode.
Yeah.
Invasion.
It's good.
Right? I like it. I like it
Yeah,
very much.
Infiltration?
Infiltration. There you go, not invasion.
The only thing I will say is I hope they haven't I hope that isn't actually what they're doing in the film, because I really don't want that ruined for me. Because now I feel like I know what's going to have happened. Now I feel like, oh, they're just going to plant bombs and those things. Which, if so, it's just like, great, I learnt it from a game. It's not meant to be that way around. It's meant to be the other way around. I don't know. I kind of feel cheated by this season pass I bought. I don't think they gave me enough.
Really?
Is there a pass view? Yeah, I think there could have been more. I feel cheated by the whole game, to be honest. I loved it, and then Battlefield 1 came along, and I realized how good Battlefield 1 was, and it was like, it doesn't really compare. They don't really stand up against each other, do they?
No. You're getting so much more value out of Battlefield 1 than you get from Battlefront. Nevertheless, we both spent quite some time playing Battlefront. So I don't know...
I spent 10 days on Battlefront.
Yes!
I just looked before we played.
And so I don't think that you have the right to say that you did not get your money's worth out of this game. So what did you spend? 100?
Nils, I had no other games, okay? And I was sad.
So
I was sad.
I spent, I think,
Star Wars gave me a shoulder to cry on.
$130 for a game, including
okay, fine. But if I like a game, like a simple shooter, I'll play it to death anyway. Everybody knows that. And it was, I'm a little bit, okay, with some games, if I really get into them, I'm good at them.
Alright.
I was good at Battlefront. I get a little bit OCD with the achievements.
Do you have all of them?
So, no, and it drives me crazy every single day. So, and I'll never get those stupid, ridiculous ones that you have to do complete the survivals on hard. I'm not going to do that. I'm not good enough at the game to do that.
Because they're very unfair, those survivals on hard. They are ridiculous.
Tell you what I am good at.
What?
And if you want me to play it, record it at some point, I'm good at Super Meat Boy. I'm really good at that.
Really?
Yeah, I've almost completed it. I'm on the last level.
After 10 years,
So,
how old is this game?
I got it free, okay? Stop judging me. Again, we go wildly off track. Rogue
It
One
doesn't matter. It does
One.
not matter if you get off track, George.
Oh, fine. Well, sorry for trying to stay on track like a good train. But yeah, Super Meat Boy's good. That's a good game. Also, Apple can go die.
Now we might as well stay on Star Wars. I mean, if it's so important, Jesus Christ! I'm just saying that you are really focusing on any. So, oh, that was a nice grind. That was a nice grind, I gotta say.
Clinically, are you playing a game right now?
No, I am definitely not playing. Skate
Your
3
attention,
right now.
sir, needs to be fully focused.
You are playing
on
Star Wars
this podcast.
Battlefront right now, aren't you? I think I'm
not
very...
playing Star Wars. I'm on the Xbox store looking at Pro Evolution Soccer, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch Origins Edition, Payday 2, Elder Scrolls Online.
Alright. I'm guilty. I am playing Skate
Castle
3.
Storm.
But Skate 3 is my secret passion. It's my hidden love.
Pull your thumb out, sir.
Okay.
Pull your thumb out. What does that even mean?
Everyone
used to say that to me in school.
Really?
What am I pulling my thumb out of?
I can only guess, but I think I know.
Kind of sounds dirty.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Teachers used to say that to me.
Oh my
what
dear
were those teachers
lord!
Imagining that I was doing.
Well, sticking your thumb up your ass. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
But
all right.
So, I think I like it, but I hear that EA said they're going to be stopping Battlefield games and focusing on Star Wars for a bit. So I hope the next one's really good. That's what I'm hoping. Hope the next one literally is so good that it blows my face off when I turn the game on.
The one thing I take issue with is that normally the reason why I spend money on a season pass on a Battlefield game or even on Battlefront, one of the reasons why I spend so much money for that Battlefront game is that normally you have, what, 3 years until the next installment of this franchise comes out. Between Battlefield Bad Company 2 and 3, there was nothing for years. Between 3 and 4 there was just Hardline that nobody wanted. So normally if you buy a season pass you pay $120, which is overpriced as fuck, I admit it, but you have a game that is supported, actively supported for the next 3 years. So if in comparison you pay $40 a year for a game that you love and like. And that's why I spent $120 on, we both have euros. I'm just used to saying bucks when I talk to American people. So euros.
I have pounds.
You have pounds, yeah. And you're not even in the EU anymore. Alright, forgot about that.
How dare you?
Well, isn't it...
We left on our own terms, okay?
Okay.
And they weren't good terms.
But there were terms. And that's why I willingly spent this money, because I knew, alright, there's not coming a new Battlefront game anytime soon, and now they said they're going to bring a Battlefront game next year. What the fuck?
Well, I just assumed it was coming because they're making The Force Awakens, and I assume it's going to follow that Force Awakens in Episode 8, whatever happens in that. I'm just saying, I'm making some predictions. I don't think Chewie's going to live. Just saying, I'm saying it now, if Chewie dies, I'm a genius.
Yes, you heard it first here on the fortnightly weekly Quacker.
I don't... predictions, now. Episode 8, who dies? Who lives?
8.
Niels, go for it.
Damn it. I think the black one lives, I think that Luke dies and vanishes and goes to the other Jedis. You know, like Yoda.
No, that's not fair. They can't do that, because if so, at that point, it's like, no, you're just copying them. If he dies, he's got to kill someone with him. I really want Kylo Ren to become good, because I want to see that cool lightsaber, but look green. I don't know why, but I really want to see that.
No, green looks awful. Green lightsaber.
You wouldn't. What color lightsaber do you go with? For the love of God, do not say purple.
What kind of lightsaber color? I don't like green. That I know. Well, red is awesome.
Yeah, I was always a bad guy when I was younger. I had Mace Windu's lightsaber when I was younger.
Well, that's
sweet
not red.
lightsaber, curved handle.
Mace Windu's
is red. No, I meant Count Dooku.
Alright.
I've got old age issues, you see, Nils.
They all look the same to you. After the humans hit 50 years, they look all the same to George.
Yeah.
No matter if they're black, white, yellow.
I'm ageist.
Ageist. That's a new term.
An absolute.
That is a new
absolute
term.
ageist. I go down to my grandfather's, I push him over. I'm like, you know what? Who cares?
Oh God, gee.
The youngs. It's for this world's for the young, not for the old.
For the disposable. Jesus.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake.
You heard it here first.
No, you did. You did not. No.
For the old.
Audience, no, audience, you didn't hear anything on this podcast. Please forgive me, George. I'm sorry for George.
Gonna get that tattooed on my arm.
No, please don't.
I'm the young,
God,
not the old. Would you ever get a tattoo?
No, never. I value my body too much for a tattoo.
My mum would go crazy if I got one, but I still think it's gonna happen. I still think it's definitely gonna happen at some point.
All right, what?
I can't see myself not doing it. I think I'd go with like a comic book art, some kind of comic book art. I think I'd go with.
All right,
but
it has to be a big one. If I say,
no, I don't want. See, I'm the complete opposite. I don't want to go insane. I want it to look slick. Like when someone sees it, I want it to be like, I'm surprised. I didn't think you'd have that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to be like, up my face, on my eyeballs.
But in my opinion, if you have just a little like some people do those tramp stamps. You know, if you just have one tattoo,
That's a girl's thing, though, isn't
one
it?
tiny tattoo somewhere, it just looks ridiculous. It's like, why are you doing this? It's not artistic in any way. It doesn't express anything at all.
How dare
What?
you are insulting my future tattoo?
I'm not insulting
You've just
I
insulted
am not
you
insulting
insult my
your
country.
future
You insult the EU. You insult my old.
I am not insulting
world's
the
for the young,
EU.
not for the
I mean,
old.
Great decision kicking me out. I
You
mean,
sir. You sir. I ought to go to war with you. I ought to go to war with your whole country.
you wouldn't dare to.
It'll happen.
We would just start another world war.
We've done it once.
Twice.
We'll do it again. Well, you did it. We ended it. We did it twice. We did it. You did it twice. We ended it twice. We did have a little help. I'm not saying we didn't. We did have help.
That's
But
correct.
it was mainly us. Just saying.
Right. So,
You know
what
you're getting into.
were we talking
Do you
about?
know-
We were not talking about declaring war on other countries. On tattoos, no. Get a big tattoo. Not a. Well, you don't have to over exaggerate, but a nice tattoo.
What about okay? Tattoos. What about piercings?
Never. No, I would not ruin my
No,
body.
I wouldn't get one either. I wouldn't get one. Wouldn't even I wouldn't even get my ears pierced. Oh, okay. Split tongue. Would you split your tongue?
No.
Like a lizard?
Gee, I think I made my point clear. No sort of body modification in any sort of way. No tattoos, no piercing, no anything,
Okay.
no Botox, no artificial.
So you're
youth.
just saying you're going out there and saying nothing but steroids.
Yes, steroids all the way.
Nothing but steroids.
Yeah.
Okay. Roid rage.
I mean, I am from the country that Schwarzenegger is from. Steroids, my passion. Oh, that was a bad impression.
How many roids do you reckon he took?
I have no idea.
He's got a pig's heart, hasn't he? That's what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah, like pig's heart valves. You know, like they replace the valves in your heart when they're not doing too good. They replace them with pig heart.
Gee.
Pig's heart.
Well,
ones.
I mean,
because they're in the perfect place.
people who do bodybuild for a long amount of time have to do the bodybuilding for their whole life because their heart is built for bodybuilding and thus pumping so much more blood into your body. And if you stop bodybuilding at a certain age, then your heart cannot transform back and just pumps and pumps and pumps. But there's, you would die because you're not working out. Because your
Nils,
heart is working too much.
I know. It happens with me. Okay?
Yeah, I know. The Beast George.
I bodybuild every day.
Yeah, I know. We all know. I think you... How many times have you won Mr. Universe? I think twice or 3 times. You stopped counting after the second
I
one,
actually
right?
won it 7
7
times.
Yeah.
Started when I was 12.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it started when I was 11. No, it did. Yeah, it was 11 because I'm 18 now. George isn't good at maths.
But good at muscles. George's not good at muscles and good at muscles.
That's my slogan. Those are my slogans. It's George isn't good at maths, but he's good at working out.
Good at muscles.
The world is for the young, not for the old. Let's kill them.
Let's kill him.
My slogans. Those are my slogans.
All right.
Okay. This is something I really want to talk about with you.
Alright.
And I don't know what happened, but someone punched you in the head, and they clicked a button, and it was like, Nils is like, I'm going to watch Westworld. I'm going to watch a series. I'm going to take some of my precious time, and I'm going to jam it into the bin and throw it away by watching some TV series.
Yes.
It's great. That's what I've been wanting you to do for weeks.
Months.
Finally, you've done it. You've given in. But months. I've been wanting to do it for months. You've given in.
And I have,
Under the pressure,
and I have
you watched Westworld.
Yeah, because today I had a day off and I was doing my work up until noon. And then I had time to watch Westworld and I already started it. And today I finished it just 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago.
Before we go into it,
Mhm.
overall thoughts.
Spoiler alert. Overall thoughts.
Oh yeah. By the way, past this point, complete spoilers. We've both seen it, so if you don't want spoilers for Westworld, don't listen to this part.
Yes.
From here.
Okay. Thoughts? The soundtrack is more than amazing.
Yeah, it's the same guy who does Game of Thrones.
Oh,
apparently, the start of it.
Nice.
He's great. What do you reckon? Overall thoughts, though, series as a whole.
Give
it a rating.
Are you familiar with the curve of normal distribution?
I'd like to say I was, but I'm
Alright,
not. Maybe it's a different thing in your
the
country.
bell curve, the one that looks like a bell.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's how I feel about the series. Had a really, really slow start to the point where I almost said, you know what, I'm not going to watch any more of this show.
Then it got really good.
Then it got really good. Then it kinda cooled down again, and I think
it fizzled away at the end.
yeah, I think they should have stopped with episode 7 or something, 7 or 8.
Okay, so my curve would be first episode was good. First episode, most importantly, got me really interested. So that's important to me. And I know, because I'm a big series watcher, that you get slow episodes and you gotta build a story.
Yes, I know.
So I kept going. Got amazing. Yeah, I know. It got really good, and I actually think it went higher for me towards the end.
All right.
I was more impressed. So, let's just. Did you make any predictions when you were watching it? I made loads of predictions. What about you?
I thought that Dolores is Wyatt. At a certain point, I'm like, Wyatt the monster, that has to be Dolores. There were some twists that I definitely did not see coming. Bernard.
Can I throw out the ones I got?
Alright.
First episode, I turned to my brother and said, Bernard's a robot. Wildly threw it out there. I had no idea if I was right. I just went, he's a robot, he's a main character. He's gonna be a robot. So I got that one right. I also threw out Bernard is Arnold. Wasn't even connected to my robot one. Just threw it out there. Got it right. The only other one I got right was the Man in Black and the other person. The Man in Black and Billy are the same people. But I think that was pretty obvious.
Man in Black and William. Okay, right. Yeah.
William, is that? Yeah, same short Billy, shortened version of William. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, did you make any predictions?
No, I did not make. I was just watching it. I was just watching
predictions.
Oh, I made predictions.
Gotta make your notes.
No, I love to be surprised. I keep them in my mind, and then every time I know that something is coming up, like when Bernard did not see the door in the house, where he shows Teresa the house of what's it called, Robert, and he's like, what door? I cannot see a door. I'm like, oh shit. And then he had the sheets in the hand. He's like, looks like nothing to me, and I'm like, oh no. Oh dear Lord. And I love those moments when I'm like, Jesus, no, are you serious? And I don't want to have the feeling to say I knew it, because if I say I knew it, then it doesn't mean that then I'm not surprised anymore, because then I kind of counted on it, and that's what ruins things for me. Really ruins things for me. To go off topic a little bit, another just side cut, another topic, The Last of Us 2 and Passengers, the movie that is coming out for me in January 20th. Both of them are occasions where I saw the trailer, scrolled down to the comment sections, and someone made a fan theory. Not fan theory, but a theory. He's like, well, I think X and Y happens because Z and A. I'm like, that makes perfectly sense. How dare you giving me those thoughts, because now I am biased.
Yeah,
I'm already biased in going into this movie, so I expect those things to happen.
Passengers, the trailer pretty much gave every single thing away. So let's just go out there and say it looked good, but I ain't going to see that now. I mean,
that is my...
You've got to see everything. You've got your point system that you're too concerned about.
It is my space movie of the year. Every year there's...
Space movie.
It all started with Gravity.
What about... so you're not saying Star Wars Episode 8
Star Wars is
space movie of the year?
Come on. It's like I would say Star Trek was my space movie of the summer.
No, Star Trek sci-fi.
Star Trek is sci-fi. What else is Star Trek?
I thought you said Star Trek was space. I was confused. Yeah. No,
it was Gravity, then it was Interstellar,
what about Arrival? Arrival's hard sci-fi then.
Yeah, okay, I get it. But...
Okay.
Well, what was my point? Yeah, and that's how I feel about those kind of predictions. I want to be surprised. I don't want to have to say I knew it, because if I say I knew it, then they did something wrong. I don't want to be, I want to be surprised. I want to
But
relive
also,
everything.
I was so impressed by some of the stuff in Westworld. I mean, it was just so good. We were watching it, and like my mum would come in, you'd turn it off, you'd be like, turn it off quickly. You don't want to watch stuff like that with your mother. It's very awkward.
I did.
Did you?
You know, in terms
You
in
have
terms
no
of
shame, sir.
in terms of movies, I cannot. Im Deutschen sagt man das Wasser reichen. My mom's the best with old movies. Like, I've never met a person who knows more about old movies in particular than she does. So everyone in our family is a media person.
I now want to have a competition about movies.
With my mom.
Yes, I feel I could go toe for toe if we write we need some questions, we need some answers. They can be answered separately if they have to be. But I feel like that's like an introduction into I've got to face off.
Well, she knows movies from the 60s and such. Movies where she's in...
Nils.
What?
I've done my research, sir.
I know, but movies that nobody knows. Like, literally nobody knows. That flopped in the cinema and she still knows them. Movies where she hasn't been alive and stuff. That's... well... But okay. So, every single person in our family, except for my sister, I guess, is a media person. Like, we've always been watching movies. We've always been watching series.
Same.
My parents even were gaming. They were gaming. And that's why I have no problem watching those kind of stuff with my mom. She's loving Game of Thrones and stuff, but that's, I think, no surprise there.
I love Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is so good.
Hates Game of Thrones. Watch the first 4 episodes. You do. Watch the first 4 episodes.
What's your problem, Neil? It's so good.
Wasted lifetime.
Oh, come on.
Every episode is like an hour. If a series does not get me within 4 hours,
the best thing in the world.
4 fucking hours, then it's not worth my time.
Come on. I gave
Game of Thrones 4 hours. That's twice the time I give a movie.
You watch Suicide Squad. I think you should take that hour from Suicide Squad and make it a Game of Thrones
because it only lasted about 1.5 hours or 2 hours.
Yeah, it was 1.5 hours. I'll never get back.
Yes. And those are 4 hours I'm not getting back anymore, and I don't care about
no, it wasn't. It was almost 3 hours I'll never get back. I saw it twice.
What? Oh, yeah,
you
did.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yes, you did. Poor George. Poor George.
Oh, my God.
I'm never going to see this movie twice. Never.
Stab myself in the face with a pitchfork.
So, yeah, that's why no problem watching those kind of stuff with my mom.
I loved Westworld. I think it was great, though.
I loved the turn when he said when we found out who William is and where William went.
And it changed his, like, his hat went down, and when it came up, and it was Ed Harris. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was great.
When he started his stories like, I knew once a guest with the name William. I'm like, no way, and I loved it. That's why I love it, and that's why I don't make predictions.
And I loved his shock at the end when he was shot, like the happiest person in the world to be shot, because he looks up and he's like, they can hurt me, and he's like, he smiles.
That was his goal.
That is the best thing in the world.
That was his goal.
Yeah, I know. And then now next season, he's gonna survive that. He's clearly just gonna run off to the side, and next season he's gonna be like a king there. It's going to be amazing.
Do you think there will be a next season?
Oh, they're taking a year off to do Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones has got 2 more seasons to go, and then they're going back to Westworld. Next season apparently is where it all starts. It's where everything goes crazy.
Yeah, I was always confused because with those timelines, and then they said, well, 30 years have passed so far. They had those awesome tablets 35 years ago. What?
It's Westworld. Have you seen the Westworld movie?
The one from 76? This really old one?
Yeah, Yul Brynner, James Brolin.
You know what? My mom said the same thing. She's like, I told her about the series. She's like, the movie from, and told me the exact year and all the things that you said with the actors right off her mind. She didn't even have to think about it.
There you go. See, that's what I do. That's what we do. That's what film lovers do. You love films, but you've told me you're a video game guy when it comes to like telling me about video games.
Yeah, I am. Love movies. Love them to death. Love going to the cinema. A big passion of mine. But movies that are older than 1995 or something, or 1990, I'm not good at that.
That was when movies hit their peak. 1995.
You think?
Yeah, that's. I was joking. You also went so high then. You were like, you think? You were like, really? You really think that peak? I don't know. Yeah, I liked it. I think it was great. I can't wait for the next season. I like Ed Harris. Yes. I think he's an amazing actor. He's very good in I think he was in Needful Things, a Stephen King film, well, based on the Stephen King book.
How many films
Best
does
Stephen King film
have?
Well, all his films are based, they're all
on books.
He's got lots of books. Yeah, and then they base them on his books. You can also, Stephen King does a system in which, like his short stories, if you want to make a film on them and you haven't got much money, you can buy the story off him for $1 because he likes to see his films made, his stories made into films.
Nice.
That's cool. That's a cool thing. That's something a cool person does. I tell you what I watched earlier.
All right.
Which I made you watch. It's just scrolling through the trending list on YouTube, and I clicked on Baywatch, the trailer.
There you go.
Literally,
Baywatch.
Don't know why I clicked on it. Do you know why I think I clicked on it? Because I think there was a part of my mind that was like boobs.
Alexandria
that was just one part.
Daddario, or how's it pronounced?
Yeah, it was just what I don't know how it's pronounced. I know her name. I know she was in Texas Chainsaw, the new one. I remember her being in that. It wasn't a good film. I just remember her being some kind of I think she was Leatherface's cousin.
I think the last time I saw her was in San Andreas.
Okay, I didn't watch that. Dwayne The Rock Johnson was also in that.
Yes, he was.
He was, wasn't he? And the woman from the Gilmore Girls.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he clicked on it. I remember Baywatch, the series, being a lot more serious than that looked.
Yes.
Because that film looked really stupid. It looked like an outright comedy.
Yeah, it looked.
I was surprised
stupid,
by that.
I think they did it on purpose, and I don't. Frankly, it is the only way they could have gone.
Also,
because who takes
the joke at the end of the trailer?
Yeah,
the joke at the end of the trailer where he's like, "What do you mean, you people?" And then Dwayne The Rock Johnson's like, "You can't say that." I'm just saying it right now. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is only he's Samoan, but he's only tanned when you look at him. I don't think he's that. I don't think he's that black.
Isn't he Hawaiian? Isn't he from Hawaii?
I thought he's got something. Is he Hawaiian? I thought he was like half Polynesian.
Let's look it up. There you go.
Look it up. I'm saying Polynesian.
Dwayne Johnson. You only have to enter DVA. Okay. Born in Hayward, California.
Okay. What does it say about it? Does it say his origin? What's his origin story?
Early life. Alright. Was born in Hayward, California. Wrestler Rocky Johnson. Is there something in Hawaii?
I'm googling Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, there you go. Johnson briefly lived in a suburb in Auckland, New Zealand. Johnson spent 10th grade at McKinley School in Honolulu.
Okay, I'm wrong. I'll lift my hands up. I'm wrong. I thought he was. Okay.
Well,
anyway,
he's been in Hawaii for a year.
Just seems that joke didn't land for me. Just didn't land for me.
Of course it isn't.
Didn't find that funny. I actually think Zac Efron's quite funny, in fairness to him. But I don't know.
I think the last movie I saw with Zac Efron in it was 17 Again.
Never watched it.
I saw it twice.
With Matthew Perry in it. I think Matthew Perry's in it.
Some days you
Matthew
just
Perry
have to need
anymore.
to watch a chick flick or something ridiculous.
I watched, what did I watch the other day on Netflix? Aloha. That was good. Bradley Cooper. John Krasinski.
Ah, yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Isn't that the movie that flopped
really
but
enjoyed
had
that.
a top-notch cast? Like 999,
It was
for
like an
instance.
independent... I think it flopped because it wasn't like... It was like an indie film. And when I watch it, it looks like... Do you know when you watch a film and it's like, this was clearly advertised wrong? I just feel it had that going for it again.
Okay.
Another one of those. Like, I see so many films all the time, and like, this was advertised wrong. This is why it didn't do well. Drive. Some woman complained about Drive. I think I said it before. She went to the cinema thinking it was going to be like a Fast and the Furious film, and then she tried to sue the. I can't remember who she tried to sue. She tried to sue someone because she thought it was going to be a fun Fast and the Furious like film. And Drive is not like that whatsoever.
Oh no, Drive is not like that. Still an awesome
It's a serious film. An amazing movie.
Yes, loved
Amazing movie.
Watched it twice within a week or something, or 3 times. Because
a
I saw it
great
myself,
film.
then I showed it my classmates, and then I watched it again.
Oh, there's some great films out there. I saw The Accountant in the cinema.
Yes.
Did you see The Accountant?
Yes, I did.
Again, I don't think that was amazingly advertised. I think that was an amazing film. Like one of the best films maybe I've seen this year. Absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
I don't know how I came to see The Accountant. I know that someone on the internet was talking about The Accountant. I'm like, oh, never heard of this movie. Hey, it's releasing next week. Maybe I should go see it, and that's what I did.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, loved it. Yes, I was very
It's
surprised.
great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like there was so much stuff the trailer didn't show, but like the trailer made it out to be like a big old shoot 'em up film, but like it wasn't really. It was more about the problems he had. And when you're watching it, it's like he's such a good actor. And then the choreography for some of the fight scenes that were in it was amazing. So great film. Yeah, but Baywatch, I'm not watching it unless David Hasselhoff turns up. And I've seen Piranha 3 Double D, and David Hasselhoff was great in this.
He has to show up. I mean, just as an Easter egg, they have to bring him back to Baywatch.
Is Pamela Anderson going to be in it? She was in Baywatch.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. Well, we will find out.
I reckon she looks old now.
Yeah, maybe we will have some more information in our next.
Well, Nils, I don't care if he doesn't turn up because the world is for the young, not for the old.
He was looking for
my
freedom. That's my.
What else do you want to talk about? Have we got anything else to talk about?
I want to
we
talk
coming to
about
the
our
end?
time limit. Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Tell us about my time limit, Nils.
Oh, time limit. My Audacity says 54 minutes and 17 seconds, since we had 2 minutes of brabbling before.
Mine says the same.
Nice. Since we had a nice brabbling before. Nice.
Brabbly brew.
Brabbly brew. I think we can end it there, shall we? Or do you
Okay.
have something really
You
important?
and-
Oh yeah, The Last of Us Part 2. Amazing. I'm hyped for the game. Wanna have it now. That's.
Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, you know what? You're gonna put it in the video anyway. Titanfall video. I was gonna explain, but this is gonna come out after it. You're just gonna type it up there. Who cares?
Sure.
You've seen it. You better have. If you listen to this podcast and didn't watch that video, then I don't really care. You enjoy the podcast.
Okay. You know what? Then I will give the final quack and leave us a comment, leave us feedback, just something. Tell us your thoughts. Subscribe. Tell us your thoughts about, I don't know, anything. What did you do this week, for instance? Quack, guys.